With everything else that's going on, it's been kind of easy to overlook some really good news, and that is in 2023, according to Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, something very big is going to happen in Germany. And that big thing that's happening to Germany is the Invictus Games. So 2023, they're actually going to be in Germany. Should be pretty exciting. The other big news is that the Archwell Foundation has been involved with the distribution of books. On the Archwell website, it says, nourishing our communities through reading. This was actually news that came out on June the 9th, and I've been feeling a particular way about this whole thing with the baby's name, so I kind of overlooked it, and I do apologize for that. But I thought it was a really great story, and if you've already received your book, you may be interested to know that it says here, as Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex's debut children's book, The Bench, releases worldwide, she and her husband, Prince Harry, along with all of us here at Archwell, are taking a moment to recognize and support the amazing change makers who are fostering community, compassion, and connection from every child. It goes on to say that after more than a year of unprecedented challenges for school kids and families everywhere, the Duchess believes the path ahead must include a focus on well-being and nourishing our communities through food, education, and emotional and mental health support. At Archwell, that is often centered on food and essential needs, as evidenced by our partnership with organizations like World Central Kitchen, but also nourishment through learning and connection, as seen in the Duchess's support of last year's Save with Stories initiatives to raise funds for educational resources like books, toys, and worksheets. As an example of this belief, the Duchess and Archwell have received the support of the publishers of The Bench to distribute 2,000 copies at no cost to libraries, community centers, schools, and nonprofit programs across the country. Those receiving free copies include vital organizations like Assistance League of Los Angeles, which has served the local community for more than 100 years and which the Duke and Duchess have visited twice last year to spend time with the children at the organization's preschool learning center. To make this happen, Archwell is working with the team at First Book, a nonprofit social enterprise that distributed more than 200 million books and educational resources to programs and schools serving kids in low-income communities in the United States and Canada, reaching an average of 5 million kids per year. The First Book Network operates in classrooms, after-school programs, libraries, community programs, military support programs, and more. There's going to be a bit of a news blackout for the Montecito home of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex because, as you know, they're on a paternity leave, and Harry has taken time off from working, as well as the Duchess, for the newborn baby, the beautiful baby Lily, who, I don't know, I think with everything that's going on, if we ever see her before she finishes college, I'd be surprised. But I'm exaggerating. Of course, we'll see her at some point. But there was this thing about the domain name that was purchased by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, allegedly. Here's the thing about that. I know the haters are trying to say, oh, they're going to use it for commercial purposes. Securing those domain names, and securing copyrights and such for things that are related to the Sussexes, could you imagine how those things would be abused by someone else who tries to buy it and then extort them for it? All legally, of course, I'm assuming. But You just don't want to leave anything to chance. And it's nothing that other high-profile people haven't done before. And it's necessary in this world. Because there is so many things negative that is attached to Harry and Meghan without any merit whatsoever, these are the precautions that they have to take. One thing you need to know about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, they know how to take care of their business. Meghan is incredibly bright, and she's been around the entertainment field for a long time, and she knows how things works. So, playing a lawyer or a paralegal on TV, that's not where this all comes from. She's a very detailed person. So she knows how to take care of her business. And this thing about the child's name and, that they somehow are going to exploit it for commercial purposes, that is totally not the case. That's a fabrication. Just as they were saying with the Sussex Royal and the Archwell, those types of things you just have to do because it's the responsible thing to do so that people will not try to exploit your image. God knows there's enough people making money off of everything to do with Harry and Meghan as it is. So in order to protect their image of themselves and their children, they have to do this. There's nothing nefarious about being responsible. The other thing that I'll mention too is the fact that this idea that they're weaponizing the Queen's age yet again. We've heard this song and dance before. They blindsided the Queen. They just left, even though the negotiations have gone on for a while. The puzzling thing is, why does the palace allow us to believe the worst? Why do they want us to believe the worst where Meghan and Harry is concerned? The other thing, of course, is the Queen is 94 and Philip is in hospital. The Queen is 94 and Philip's in hospital. How many times have we heard the Queen is 94 and Philip's in hospital? The fact that this family has a huge amount of staff people that do a lot of things for them. How else do you live to be 99 years old? It's not because of hard labor, if you understand my point. So there's that. And then, of course, this thing with the baby's name is that they're taking something away from the Queen. She's 95 years old, and she just lost her husband, Prince Philip. 95 and Philip's dead. 95 and Philip's dead. Again and again and again. Now the Duke and Duchess of Sussex is taking away her childhood pet name. They're taking away something that was near and dear to her entire life. Again, weaponizing the Queen's age. This is a tactic, it's a ploy to create hostility. It's unfortunate, but it just happens to be true. Anger, hatred, prejudice brings people together. Unfortunately, it's for the worst possible reason. It is the most primal animal instinct that we have, and that is hate. That is anger, hostility. And it's a really, really uncivilized person who can walk around with that Tucker Carlson look on their face all day. Who does that? Or if it's not that, you have that resting Duke of Cambridge face. That's not pretty. Those things, they have to be exhausting. I don't know how people maintain that. I don't have the energy. If I don't care how much it paid, if I was given the job to read the evening news in some cities where there's constantly shooting and violence and, the arsons and all the gang activity, I don't know if I could survive that. I don't know if that seems like it would just take something away from me. So how they do that, I don't know. But anger is really so erosive, and it really corrupts. And so people that live in that type of existence, I don't know how it's done. I'm just not that angry at people I don't know, people I've never met. And that goes for some of the people that I make fun of on this channel, like Pennywise and that jalopy, or as I affectionately call her, Ford Fiesta. And of course there's Afro Annie. Sometimes I take a little liberties with Afro Annie. The first evidence of African American blood in that family, as far as I'm concerned, I think she looks like someone from my neighborhood, that's all. And and then of course there's the mannequin. On the Meghan and Harry News channel, they actually pointed out something that I could not articulate before, but now it makes sense to me. She does have these kind of bizarre tics when she's speaking publicly. And I knew that the giddy laughter and such, God help her. She's so uncomfortable and nervous and anxious in public. It's not a job that she's really suited for, but she's there anyway as the future queen. Could you imagine if any member of the royal family, or should I say if the other members of the royal family were as effective in public speaking as Harry has been proved to be over the past few years? Harry is a very effective public speaker because he engages. He's genuine. And that's something that's lacking from that family. And seeing all of these people, the royal family, did you see Jill Biden's speech? Oh my God, it was electric. Joe Biden's speech, it was electric. But Jill Biden is not even a politician. She's basically has a doctorate of education. But God, is she an awesome speaker. Let me see. If the royal family had any member that... Oh, they did have one, didn't they? It was the Duchess of Sussex. Gosh, too bad she didn't stay. Well, I guess that's that. But yeah, if you notice, the royal family does not have real speakers. They just, they do what they can. But I guess that's what happens when you're either born into or, you're trying to pass as interesting. Well, anyway, that's the way I feel. Remember, there's no hate or hostility here. I am a bit frustrated with that family right now, but c'est la vie. Anyway, have a good weekend, everybody. This is not one of my big rants, but just a little information and just a bit of frustration. But hang tight, you guys. Do pray. Things will get better. And after this maternity leave is over and we have a chance to see the Duchess of Sussex, because you're probably just as hungry to see her as I am. God, I miss the Duchess of Sussex. But the good news is they are coming back. They're just taking a paternity leave, so don't worry, you guys. Things are going to get better. And I also believe that over time, as we emerge from this pandemic and more people are engaging and doing things, that the public opinion on this side of the Atlantic is going to increase and grow, and really you're going to see some favorable outcomes for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, like you probably are expecting. Well, it's coming, so don't worry, don't despair. I'm very optimistic about things right now with the whole Babygate, these baby bullies. It's a tough week for the Sussex squad. Not that we're losing any ground, but just that it's frustrating that people are trying to steal our joy for Lily. That's what makes this week frustrating. Sunday, I was just over the moon, but God, now I feel like my shoulders are tensed up like I have to react to something. And I don't like being that way. This is supposed to be a joyous occasion. For God's sakes, leave us alone. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have worked very hard, and they will continue to work. Even on this so-called paternity leave, I don't believe for one second that they're not still working hard. But they're just going to retreat from the public eye for a while. As well they should. We don't, as Tina would say, we don't need to know what they're doing. We don't need to see those kids until they're out of college. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I would love to see the baby, but I want them to be safe and secure. Their security means more to me than a photograph. So if you are sharing paparazzi photos, please don't do it. Don't do it. Don't feed into that which is so destructive. And I'm just as guilty as anyone. I want to see how they're doing. I want to know that they're okay. But it's not good for them. And ultimately, it's not good for us. So try not to share those. Let's all collectively try not to click on anything that is too tabloidy or clickbaity. We have to avoid this stuff. It's just not good for you. It's not good for you. It's not good for them. It's not good for anybody, because it helps to promote this hate campaign, and that's exactly what it is. So let's try to limit that, shall we? I know the photos are reassuring because you really care about them if you're listening to my voice, but the unintended law of consequences, well, we know how that works out. So anyway, that's it. Have a good weekend. I will do another upload tomorrow. I'm going to, do some research of some things, because there's some other stuff on my mind, and I will share it with you. And what I thought would be a pretty quiet week where we can talk about some more upbeat stuff has had a bit of a cloud over it. But, oh my God, Jill, hurry up and come home. Get away from those people. And also, please stay away from that little garden gnome that's wielding the largest knife I've ever seen. Did you see the size of that knife? Well, I think it's actually a saber. So they gave Her Majesty a saber to slice into a cake. I thought she was going to tip over. It was huge. And of course, as you can see, that lady that is 95 and just lost her husband seems to be in great spirits. I'm just saying, she seems to be doing okay. And her hearing actually seems to be very well. So if someone had mentioned, well, we're going to use Lillibit as a way to honor you, I kind of think she heard it. What do you think? I'm thinking there's nothing wrong with her hearing. So there you have it. I'm just saying. But yeah, so that was one of the bizarre moments today, was that huge saber to slice the cake. And when they tried to point out to her that there was a smaller knife, she said, I know. So yeah, this fragile woman seems to have all of her faculties intact. But yeah, I'm just saying. So Jill, Joe, stay away from that blade. Anyway, that's it for today. Please like and share if I haven't said that already. Thank you to my new Patreons. Thank you for my donations I received. Everything is going back into this channel. I cannot stress that enough. I have made some upgrades so that I can hopefully upgrade these videos more efficiently. But gosh, it's kind of frustrating. Sometimes you just never know when it's a little slower than expected. But I was thinking it was the equipment I'm using, but maybe not. I don't know. But I'm doing the best I can to get those uploads and to bring you quality material every day, as well as well researched. And Gosh, we can't close this out without where is the president and the first lady? They're in a town called Cornwall, or County of Cornwall. Gosh, where do I know the name Cornwall? Where have I heard that before? Oh, I know. It's the Duchess of Cornwall, Camilla Parker Bowles. Anyway, have a safe weekend. Like, share, donate, love or what you will. This is going to be a great summer for the Sussexes. Remember, this paternity leave will not last forever. We will see them very soon, I can assure you of that. And sooner than you expect.